Hello, hello there, friends. How are you? So happy to see you here live. Shortly, I'm bringing you our guest. But until then, let me tell you how amazed I am by all the comments you've been making on the arranged marriage. It's been a week or more than a week. We've been exploring this entire subject, and is so much knowledge out there, and I encourage all of you, please read through the comments. So many values that is unbelievable. So I'm so proud of you to become part of the show like this. And without any further ado, I'm going to introduce you my dear friend Naveed Farooqi, and bring him on the show on the Inspiration for Intuition series, which is one of my little baby, to bring you people who found their calling in life through a journey, and now they are flourishing and doing marvelous things. So let me bring up Naveed. Hello, Naveed. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Zoo. How are you? Good to see
I
you.
Good to see you. So nice to see you here. And before we get into it, let me ask our friends here who are watching that please press the little heart, triple tap on it. Let's feed the Facebook algorithm. Please comment, say hello to us. Even if you're watching live or replay, doesn't matter. Tell us hashtag replay or hashtag live, or say hello to us. Tell us which country you are from, because we want to see the cultural background for this live video, what's happening here. So very first thing first, congratulations Naveed for the movie you produced, the Namal, the Nambada. No, wait. You
Na,
help
na,
me.
naam badal dena.
Nampataldena. Right. All day long I kept saying, so I will say it right. But in any ways, we are just human beings. So congratulations for all the awards. And if you guys haven't watched the movie, we will put the link here, the YouTube link within this live. But even our previous post, you find the link, is an unbelievable little short film which won multiples of awards, which helped Naveed to receive invitation to the Cannes and to Hollywood. And this is it is really from the bottom of my heart. Congratulations for you. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. You really an inspiration for us. And to introduce you, I wrote a quite bit of a post about you, and that this show will be about three subjects. First is yoga, because we met on the occasion of yoga. So please, if you haven't read Naveed's little introduction, please do so there, because we don't want to take up precious time. We want to have a lot more juicy value given to you in this discussion. He's an amazing man with an amazing journey. So first of all, let's start with yoga. How did yoga come to your life?
Well, and first of all, I'm sorry. I was supposed to write an introduction, which I totally forgot. And I would like to introduce, I would like to actually mention yoga, since you started from yoga. Yoga happened, I think, 15, 20 years ago. And out of nowhere, everybody was working out and doing all kinds of stuff. And I wanted to explore something which was different in Pakistan, especially. Nobody was doing yoga. Not many people were doing yoga. So I started exploring, and I found a teacher. I started learning. And very soon, within a few months, I started reading about it while doing it. I was enjoying so much, and was making, as soon as I started, because I had worked out before, did different exercises before, and also I had been a sportsman all my life, when I was young, and always played some sports, one or other. But this time around in life, when I was not that old, I was late 30s. So I was really finding it different and amazing. And it was, something started happening within a month within me, and I didn't know what was happening. But obviously, so I wanted to read more, understand more. So I started reading and understanding more and more and more. And within a year's time, I was doing advanced poses and whatnot. And I was really enjoying it. And by the time I have read almost everything about yoga, and I realized that yoga was a not just the physical exercise, it was a philosophy, it was a lifestyle and all that. And I started living that. So that was happening, and within few years, 3 or 4 times, I started teaching without even having a license or instructions or proper certification. So I was teaching and enjoying, and people were enjoying and everything. And then, out of nowhere, that was my luck. I mean, being in Pakistan, somebody popped up in my life, and who happened to be in Pakistan from, far, far away land, as we say that. And that somebody is right here with me, in front of me, I saw a post through a friend, a dear friend, Ghazala, that this lady is here, and she was also instructor with me. Ghazala was teaching yoga. We both started almost together, and she was also teaching yoga. We both were teaching. We both are called ourselves teachers, not knowing or not understanding the real essence of being a teacher, real education, real certification. And then she said that there's this lady from Hungary, and then she's here in Pakistan, and she's offering a course. And I said, this is exciting. And I said, wow, we should attend. And so we decided to attend. And then it was one powerful course. And we met you, and we did our certification. And then I realized that what yoga was, because when you were teaching it, you were really, really working hard. And we were 4 or 5 just of students. But the way you taught, the way you not just taught the yogic philosophy, yogic science, but since you had the background of physical exercise and physical education, so you incorporated all that, and you were one hell of a teacher. I mean, I attended later few more courses in yoga, but you were very good in terms of, you ensured that we did so much. So I still remember the day we had exam, and I had never gotten so confused that I was like, what do I do? How do I do? I mean, I have learned so much. I was so good at poses and everything, but the written stuff and all that, but I just wanted to do well. So I asked you, I said, listen, I need help. I'm like a little confused. Can I come over and get some more education from you, or some tips, something? And you too got confused, like why the hell he wants to visit and do that. But you did allow me, and then I did visit, and I shared notes and everything. And then we had the final examination and final demo and practical examination. We did well, and I think I did very well, and I was very happy coming out.
You did very well. You did very
Yeah.
well, and all of you did very well. And this is
Yeah.
an amazing thing. And basically, what I want to know now, how did yoga help you to find your calling in life? Because we know that by trade, you studied to become a chemical engineer, and you worked in that. And then
Yeah.
yoga came as a physical fitness to become a philosophy, built it into your lifestyle. And and then how did yoga help you to move over from being a chemical engineer to a movie producer?
Okay, so chemical engineer, I would always be a chemical engineer, and my core work is engineering, which goes on. But being while doing yoga, and from yoga, my journey went to meditation, and from meditation it went to spirituality, and then from spirituality it went into healing. Because I was a seeker, I was a hunter, of always hungry for education, for enlightenment, for wisdom, and all that. So I kept meeting wonderful teachers like yourself, and I kept traveling around the world, and it was my luck that I was keep on discovering things and learning things. So spirituality and being a healing facilitator, which I became later on, theta healer, star magic healing, and all kinds of healing. So I was always a writer. So my I'm trying to conclude how I became a filmmaker. So I was always a writer in my life, and I would, as a kid, I would always craft stories. I would always draft stories in my head, or write those stories down. And then I made my first film in 2011 or 12, and which was also for not for commercial purposes or anything. It was just a passion. And then I made another movie in 2014-15. It was a documentary based on for railway journey revival. And then my wife, who studied filmmaking, she was also making films, because I thought that she could do well. So she studied filmmaking, and then she was making films. She made films too. So we both were, doing here and back and forth filmmaking. So that was that. But 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I started during the COVID, my YouTube channel, I started making more videos with my phone, and making small short films. And that's when I realized that now it's time that I should start this more professionally, more dedicatedly, and more, efficiently. So I formed a company called Deep Blue Doors a couple of years ago. And then, and I was lucky that I started working for the first film in last year, and that was Naam Badal Dena. And then this is how I became a filmmaker. So I was always a filmmaker in spirits or in my head.
That is very lovely. Thank you. Because I'm bringing you here to inspire other people to explore all the possibilities, what your intuition is telling you. And please step on that journey and just do it and try it out. And you tried it out even, with your phone to make movies, to make bigger movies. So this is how it all begins. You don't start making movies by with the large camera. You start with the small little phone like this, and you can make really magic, showing people something very different. And this is what your forte is, which is called neurodivergence. And not everybody understands this word. I use this in your introduction, so please tell us, because this is your forte about telling stories. What is neurodivergence?
Okay, neurodivergence comes from a neurodiversity. Long time ago, everywhere in the world, they thought, they considered the children and the people who had, like for example, Down syndrome or autism or things like that. They called them special children. They called them disabled children, or different kinds of names. And this thing keep transforming. Recently and lately, studies have proven that those people are very, very intelligent, and they have the ability, one of the quality which supersedes a normal human being like me and you, because these people are very, very talented. Though they might not be 100% mentally focused, but they would have one thing. So neurodiversity comes from out of the box. Basically, it means something out of the box. So that somebody who's neurodivergent is somebody who has the ability to create something which is out of the box, which is unusual. And coming back to your thought, that never give up on your dreams. So start from the very small thing, and that could become very big. And like my film, when we made, thinking of the neurodiversity, because it's very important for me to mention here. When I was making it, everybody was saying this: what you're making, what you're doing is not gonna sell, because I was not making it for commercial reasons. I said no point, it doesn't matter if it doesn't sell. They said it's not gonna do good. I said doesn't matter, it doesn't do good, because I have a feeling I'm doing my best job, and I'm doing the best thing that I could do. I want to do it the way I want. I had visualized it along with my director, Arshila. She was also of the view that whatever we have to do something which is out of the box. And we did that. And, out of more than my expectations, it did so well that there people are, I mean, all over the world. In Pakistan, they've been making films all their lives, and have done so much, and studied so much. I am nobody in comparison to them, or Arshila was nobody in comparison to them. But I had the faith. One, I had a resolve and dedication, and then also the ability to break the norm with the neurodiversity. And
Yes.
here we are with the result. More than 24 awards.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I am very, very proud of you, really, because you listen to your intuition and it always brings you fruits. So if you're listening, please start sharpening getting, rid of all that stuff which is on your mind and getting in tuned into your intuition. Follow that. It will always take you to the right path. And this movie, if you haven't watched it, please take it. 26 minutes. It will be so worth it for you. I watched it this morning. I was crying. It was so deeply moving for me. I possibly watching it from a different point of view. However, it carries a deep meaning, and people who live on the surface may not see that the first time, and they may watch it on the surface, but when they watch it again and again and again, they will get what's the deep meaning it is. So basically, let's move towards our third topic here, is which is marriage. And I popped up the arranged marriage thing here because you are Pakistani, and even though this movie was seemed like based on an arranged marriage, but it wasn't, and it was kind of an arrangement between the two of them. So please watch the movie for you to understand more. But it carries a meaning for marriage and successful marriage. And in order to introduce that, please tell us, what does Nam Badal Mena means as a title?
Okay, Naam Badal
Because not
Dena,
everybody understands that.
and I totally agree, because this was the trouble that we were having while translating or transcribing the film. That was the only sentence that we couldn't, because it's like a poetry. Sometimes your poetry you cannot translate into any other language. So Naam Badal Dena is like a sort of a metaphor, a proverb in Urdu, which means, I'll give you example. If I do this, so you can change my name. Naam badal dena, to be very exact, it means change my name. So in Urdu, we say that if I'm unable to do this, you can change my name. As if I'm unable to commit to something, if I'm unable to break my promise, if I'm unable to come up to your expectations, you can change my name. So this is a metaphor, and this means that in this movie especially, she goes and she says, when they, before getting married, if I become like a typical woman, if I start suspecting you like other women,
A
so,
typical
or
wife.
other wives, yeah, so you can change my name. So that is Naam Badal Dena, and that's the whole movie revolves around this thought. And if I don't want to spoil everybody's movie by telling the story, so you watch, you would know what I mean.
Yes, absolutely. And so the very deep meaning comes on the very last scenes in the movie. So don't stop. In the beginning or the or the middle, please watch it all the way through, because it is a very important thing which was there, which is why would anyone commit to each other in a way how she did and they both did, because love is basically seeing the human in each other and not just a man or a woman. And it was deeply moving for me, because my own marriage was the very same thing, and this is what I didn't disclose for you, because I made a wish that I wish to marry someone who sees the human being in me.
Wow.
Yes.
So
And
so that's so much relevance. I mean, this is something that you could relate. I mean, sitting in such a far away land, and somebody could relate. And I was just thinking that why she cried. She said that she cried, and I was like, what made her cry? And now it makes sense. And wow, I am
yes.
amazed. And
And
see, this film, I honestly feel, I keep telling my director, and I'm very close to her, and we keep telling that, what did we actually do in this film? That why? And we think that this film has some spiritual powers sent by the God, which makes so much relevance. And if you go on YouTube where it's posted and look at the comments over there, people have been talking about it, in such a powerful way, exactly the way you mentioned, that so many people could relate in a good or memorable way.
yes, absolutely. And I think putting here into arranged marriage or love marriage, or what is the viability of arranged marriage, because you saw our comments and I invited you to look through the comments, what people know and understand about arrangement. And some people are totally against because they don't understand it. Some people have pros and cons. Some people are totally up for it. and there was a whole mixture of things there.
Yeah, I would like
Uh,
to explain, and I would like to. Yeah, please go
please.
ahead. Finish your question.
So what I was saying is that please be surprised, because my marriage was also a marriage. It wasn't. It was an arranged by God marriage, I call, because we did get married. My husband asked me for my hand even before we physically met. So, and then I said yes. And we were married immediately because that was my wish, that we both have enough life experiences to make this commitment and make it work, to have the maturity and the tools to work it out. And I had to have the 7 years meditational experience prior to actually work myself to the level to make this happen. So not everybody knows that. This is the first time I am talking about our marriage, because we are 180 degrees different in lifestyle. However, we are soulmates, and no matter what's happening, we and my husband wanted to get divorced many times. and then in 24 hours later, it all comes down, and we all come down to the fact that we are here for a higher reason, and we must elevate ourselves above what happens, and work it out on the side of love and understanding. And I could have never done that if I am not trained with meditation and vipassana the way I am today, and becoming the coach I am, because I have to become have credits, so called. I have to have the congruency that I'm also living that very thing what I am teaching. And here it is, the first time I'm bringing this to public, and surprising you, because you never knew that.
Yeah, I was always curious. My T-shirt says in Urdu, "Just to you." So that's like a intrigue. So I always had a thing. What's her story? What's her story? What's her story? What could be her story? And I always wanted to ask, but I never did. But now I'm finding it out. Yeah, great.
So I wanted to surprise you, because, in a way, I also got tired of, and many people wrote in the comment that maybe arranged marriage has a viability, and maybe it works because people seem very happy. For some people didn't, because it seems like you need to reach a so-called a maturity level, you know. And as you said, arranged marriage could mean a lot of different things for a lot of people. So please tell us that in your culture, what is arranged marriage means. So let us enlighten people, so we have understanding, because a
Sure.
marriage is about having clear understanding. So please tell us.
Sure. I would like to tell. Excuse me. So, gone are the days. First of all, gone are the days that.
Okay, so technology is a little bit funny, but it's okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. The sound just went. We can't hear you, Naveed. So it's okay. Log out and come back. Until then, I keep our audience here. So good. So a lot of you talked about arranged marriages and having all different kinds of misconceptions about it, because in the old ages, they families got together, they decided for the girl and the boy, now you two get married and you make it work, because they were looking out for the family fortune, they didn't want money to leave the family, and the status of the family to stay in the high caste, so-called. But this started to change over the years, and there are more and more sayings to the couple who are being introduced, uh, and that is how I thought that this subject should be brought into today's discussion, because as far as my marriage is concerned, and I see and how I am coaching other people to become mature enough to make better decisions and how to choose different, how to choose and how to find their soulmates, how to actually attracting their soulmates, how to be ready for a relationship like that, which you have to be there 100% for the other person, and the differences between the two of you. And you have to be ready, you have to be mature enough, you have to find the happiness within yourself first before entering into such a thing. And if it's not, done, either love marriage nor arranged marriage, it will not work. So if you are lucky enough that your parents prepared you enough because your upbringing made this happen, then very easily you will be able to arrange into someone and choose. And that is the whole point, that love marriage or not, you have to examine the other person and their maturity level on what they understand about love and their definition about love. And I think that's one of the most important points. So I'm bringing back Naveed. Now, everything okay?
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
everything's fine.
you bet. Good.
Just
So
got a little
sometimes this
hiccup.
happens, so
Yeah.
not to worry. So I talked about a little bit of arranged marriages, and then that the most important thing is that either love marriage or arranged marriage, most important that to have a mutual understanding of what love is. But now I want to, step back a little bit and let you explain arranged marriage. And let me say in a moment, I'm reading through the comments here and saying that what a thoughtful idea discussed. Yes, thank you so much, Akif, for your very kind comments, and all of you who are saying salam to us, salam back and hello. Yes, we are exploring this subject because we want to cause better relationship. We want to cause this world to become a better place. So over to you, Naveed. Please tell us, what is arranged marriage today?
Okay, so today, arranged marriage is, I think every marriage is arranged, first of all. And this is, at least in Pakistan, that what I see. And when I am talking about in Pakistan, what I see is, I think upper class, middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class, even the maids that we work in our house, and I've spoken to them about as well, and they too say that even if they feel that their daughter should be married to somebody, they talk to the daughter first, and they tell the daughter, "Okay, this is the arrangement that we are going for," and some of the cases they allow. But in educated society, everybody allows that girl and boy should meet and talk and discuss and decide. That is the arrangement this way. If we were to meet, if a girl or boy meets in a school or university or outside, so they too, they fall in love, or they decide that they're going to marry. So they will take this thing to their family, and their family will meet, a girl's family or boy's family will meet the other party, and they will decide, and they would decide the dates and all the marriage rituals accordingly, and with the consent of the both the families, they get married. That's that. But
Yeah.
also, when you get married, in our culture at least, you don't just marry a boy, you just don't marry a girl, you marry the entire family in a way, because not necessarily you have to live with them, but you have to respect, and you have to have the decency, or it's a norm that they follow, that they I think it's a norm everywhere, that you have to respect the girl's family and the boy's family, and they have to take care of each other. And sometimes there is an unmarried sibling of a boy or a girl, they might stay with them, or maybe sometimes they're either parent who does not have any other person to live with, so they might be living with you, which
Yeah.
is all right, which is a norm. So I think every marriage is arranged, and we should not label it anymore as an arranged marriage or love marriage. Love marriage could be arranged too, and arranged marriage
Yes,
could be
yes, yes.
love
Because
too.
friends can introduce you, and here are all the dating sites. Isn't it something that you explore the other person, before you? There are no more chances, or maybe there are a lot of chances that it just pops out of the blue sky, you
Ah,
know. And then it's very interesting what you said about the family, because our families didn't even know. And I didn't want to tell my parents whatsoever, only after our marriage, because for them, nobody ever was good enough. So I wanted to cut that through and say, I know how to choose. So let me be, because you divorced. You have broken relationships. Don't advise me. I
But
learned,
see,
the
over
hard
here,
way.
you must have attended the weddings here. Over here, marriages and weddings are big event. We don't have much festivities in Pakistan. Only festivity which we have is Eid and a Bakr Eid, and then the
Yeah.
weddings. And we on our weddings we have like 3 or 4 or 5 days of celebration, and
Yes.
that's why I think that is why either girl or boy, they both have to tell their parents, because or involve the family, otherwise they can't have that kind of a wedding arrangement. And that
Yeah.
is
Well,
not with rich people,
yes,
that
but
happens with
actually, we
every.
never had, because I never wanted to have a big wedding anyway. Because I think, and a lot of people now think the same way, like I am, that the wedding should be the celebration of they celebrating their marriage, coming together, and not should be there for 100, 200, 1,000 people. So a lot of people think like this, and I also, and I wanted to have my dream wedding because I live once, and if I'm a black sheep of my family, so what? I will take this on. So later on, they will have peace, and they had peace. And if they don't have peace, that's their problem. So not mine, because their karmic emotional imprints in them, creating their karmas. And I wanted to break that. And if you think like this, you have to become learning about what is love, what is unconditional love, unconditional acceptance of the other person, and knowing how to say no in a kind way to not just to keep swallow them, because that's what I saw living in Pakistan, that a lot of people just keep swallowing them, especially women, and they get cancer. And they think on the surface is so beautiful, everything, but it is really not. So that's, I think, what a lot of people in the Western world are thinking about arranged marriage, the backdrop of arranged marriages. However, if we use arranged marriages in a way that, yes, have the family tell about the son or daughter of their true characters. Some people just want to have their kids to be married away, and they lie. They will build a lot of bad karmas for them if they do that. But if they are sincere and you feel sincerity, then and some people were even saying on Facebook that once the honeymoon period is over, the true characters will come
Yeah,
out,
I
and
want
if
to add something,
difficulty.
Dr. Sue, here. We talked about arranged marriage, and now that is prior to the marriage, arranged or not arranged. But, I feel that this is very important. This is something that we showed in the film as well. And you talked about the unconditional love, and that too. I want to, mention that along with this, that what happens here in our culture, especially after marriage, girl and the boy do get influenced by by family, extended family and friends, and they are very they play a very sometimes they play a very strange and evil role in misguiding them some places. And in this movie also we showed that her friends, her mother, they were all putting up to her, telling her to instigate her actually to suspect and to get over her husband, and stop believing him, stop trusting him. We should not get influenced by anybody else but yourself. And
That's
marriage should stay between two people, and their secrets, their love, their bond, their intimacy, all these things, their especially their intimate talk, their secrets, their goodies, and their negatives or positives, their do's and don'ts should stay with them. Nobody should get involved in their life. The moment somebody gets involved, and the dynamics changes, and things changes, and everything gets spoiled. And this is what happens here. So this is
absolutely,
my
absolutely. Let's stop for a moment and welcome Arshila Hussein. Thank you for being here and watching us. And thank you for all your other comments, Rusi and Iflat. You're welcome. We are picking up this topic because it is very important. It is preoccupying people because finding a soulmate and a true partner in life is this is what everybody is seeking. And if you don't have the proper guidance, you end up by being guided by your emotions and your cravings and your physical cravings and your sexual desires, and it is a disaster. I went on that road many times. This is why I ended up in, you know, in all broken relationships. And it's by the age of 47 finally I got married. So this is something big, and a lot of people were commenting on the Facebook post too. And I am here for you guys and girls, that your dream can come true no matter how old you are. I have clients who I worked, she was 69 years old, and by the age of 71 she found her soulmate. So no
You,
matter how old you are.
you know what you talked about. I would want, if Sheila is watching, I would want you to mention about the movie that you feel, what you felt. And before that, let me tell you that the concept of this film is of hers. So, and though she didn't write it, Rida Bilal, the writer, and that the concept of hers. And then in this movie, the girl's character resonates and reflects Sheila's life a lot. And it's not just you, it's her too, so that is very significant in this movie. And now I would want you to tell her, or tell everybody again, what you felt about the film.
I was truly moving, really, in a way that my husband asked me to wake him up on time, and I forgot. I got so I got so into
Oh,
the movie that I forgot, because I had to watch it on my laptop. We were talking about, the subtitles, need to be
yeah.
bigger, and for that you need to watch it on a laptop. But I really, if I watch something, I really take my time and I feel it through, and I went through that. So much detail went into that movie, detailing, every single thing, from how the juice is being adjusted, and the glasses and the flowers, and everything and anything. And I love the fact how you were able to portray the mother, how she was saying all that doubts and stuff, and she herself is having a broken marriage, and she's advising her daughter how to do it. And
Yeah.
I come from a family like that. They never had peace at home, so I actually left the country because there was no peace in my family. I just wanted to be left alone and build my own life. And I totally felt that through. And it's wonderful that in 26 minutes you could do that. And it's the beautiful settings, and very well detailed. All the or you waited out for the emotions on the faces to come, so the viewers can actually think it through what they just saw. So I think that was marvelous. And so in the
And
meantime, I'm
what was
go ahead.
the point, what was the point when you actually, your tears came out, you just said you cried, when was that?
Yes, because on the end she said it's not about a woman married to a man or a man to a woman. We are married to each other as two human beings.
That's
And
true.
this is what I asked God, that please bring me a man who will see me for the human being who I am, and so I can see the human being in him, no matter what happened to him, what kind of a past he has, what other people think about him, because I will feel it. So that's the soulmate. And somebody's saying here, Rusi, that what's the difference between soulmate and twin flame? I don't know very much about twin flame, but the
I
soulmate is when you feel home with someone. You know that you belong together. So that's all how I can say.
Twin
Naveed,
flame,
how
I could tell a bit about Swim bit. Who's that person, who's the person who asked, you know?
Rusi K. Rusi.
Oh, okay. um Soulmates. Soulmates are, they both are made in heaven in a way, and they both have the element of connection, spirituality, and bonding. There is always one soulmate that you would meet in life, and that could be God. And twin flames could be many, and it could be, two or four or five. Soulmate could be your God, or maybe somebody you get connected spiritually. Twin flame could be your buddy, your sister, your mother, your brother, or your lover. So that's the bit of differences in both, but they both are very interesting and very powerful things.
Yes, and I feel, we came together with the same goal in life. And that's what bonds us together more than anything else to make that come true. That we want to build a meditation center where people can come for free, and we can help them go through, all the mind cleaning so they can find their own calling. This is our calling in life. And it's very interesting because it's a businessman and he is a teacher come together. So I'm learning all the stuff from him which I never learned before, because I never had to learn finance, I never had to learn marketing and all that. So, and I needed to learn that because he said, I'm not going to do it for you, because what happens if I leave? You will stay here and then do what? Ask for help, help, help. So no, we all have to learn our own parts. So he's doing his own and I'm doing it. That's how we are, coming together, emotionally supporting each other on that. So he said, you both have really addressed very crucial. Yes, thank you, Akif. And we are hoping that we're bringing you value. And please, any questions you have during the live, please give it to us. We will answer it live. If not, we will come back and answer you, after. So as a very last part of our live here is that what is the viability today for an arranged marriage? Which aspects should be taken up, which should be considered by the Western world also, to have a successful, harmonious relationship between two people? Naveed, what do you say?
Well, as long as the girl and the boy have the synchronicity and the element of, or element of foresight that they have to live forever. Because see, one of the things that we were talking about in your conversation on Facebook, what was it, happily ever after, right? Yeah. So and I think you asked me what is it, and I was like, it's forever. So if we believe in that, and that does not happen in early age, that we are assured of ourselves that what we are getting into or whatever we are putting in, even with through the parents arrangement or not arrangement. So we have to make sure, even early age, this is exact, especially for people who get married in early age, that this they should understand that this should be a lasting bond, and a bond whereby they can have the commitment and the element of trust and respect and love, and all those elements should be there. And if the parents are deciding for the children, I would say that children, whoever the children they are, whatever the age they are, they will make sure, not with others, with themselves. Okay, commitment does not come from other, commitment comes from within. If I am committed to something, that I am going to do this regardless of the fact, unconditionally, that's what say, whoever that person is, that what they do or don't do, I will do this, I am getting this marriage, I am getting this commitment, I will make sure that I do my best. And trust me, if I do this, other person was already automatically will follow the footsteps, because each one of us as a human being, all we require is love, respect, and trust. Trust me, the rest of the things are secondary. And we start believing in that, start living in that, so our relationships could last forever, and which we call it happily ever after.
Yes, yes, very, very true. Thank you for your insights. And I believe that if you yourself get on the road to learn to trust yourself, you will feel who is the right person for you. So don't you start by looking on dating sites first. Start investing into yourself, finding who you are and why you are here for.
Exactly. See, Dr. Zu, you and I mean, I feel that it took us half of our lives realizing that. We had a difficult and different paths, journeys, but we feel that this information, what you just said, is so important. And if we can transfer and tell everybody that please listen to this, and this is what you exactly just said. So important. Trust in yourself and believe in yourself and live on those two basic pillar of life.
Very true. And then if we want to, look at the prerequisites of that, then, who is able to trust themselves? Who? Who can value life? If you can view your life as a gift from God, to the greatest things ever, you will not look for cars and house and travels and money and this and that and jewelry to find value. You will find value in other people's lives who come to you. You will be able to see the value, their value, whatever they are bringing for you. And if you can value your own life as a gift, this is where all it begins. And if you don't do that, please do that. Don't look for any relationships now. Spend time on reflecting and finding this value within yourself, not just intellectually, but really feeling it from your heart. And if you do that, you find happiness within. And this happiness cannot be taken away from you by any hardship in life, because you will have joy in you by purely being alive. And if any hardship happens, so what? It will pass. So what? And then you come back to normalcy again. And we allow people, the only commitment I made and I told my husband is that I will stand here to work out any difficulty with love. This is the commitment I make to myself and not to you. And if I ever break this, the relationship will break, because that meant that I didn't stand on my path and on my commitment to myself to stand here and just allow difficulties. So what? I'm happy because I'm alive, not because he gave me something. He can give me something, I'm very happy. But if he doesn't give me anything, I'm always happy, also happy. Our door is always open, literally. So every day if he leaves, we say goodbye by, it's forever, because you never know when something happens. You never know. And every day we see each other again in the morning, we are happy that we got another chance to see each other. And that makes a huge difference. Every night we go to bed sitting on the bed and we say gratitude for the things happened that day and what we learned. Even if it was a difficult day, we will list all the things which we learned from that. And I think if you can do that, you will have happily ever after.
Exactly. And like you just said, gratitude is the key word in life. And then also, we keep thinking and keep wondering about that Prince Charming or the princess will come in our lives. And stop thinking and because this is the media and the commercialism and then consumerism has spoiled
Yes.
the whole narration of our lives, that somebody has to come, or even a soulmate has to come, or a twin flame has to come. No, it has to come within you. Somebody has to come within you, from you. You need to be in gratitude and look around yourself, look around your environment, look around your friends, look around everywhere. You would find that person very close to you, and that person will it'll appear in your life or might be
Yes.
there in your life. You need to just open your eyes and wake up and just realize it and thank
Yes.
God that he's there or
Yes,
she's
very
there.
true. Very true. And thank you very much for all the kind comments. Akif is commenting you on the excellent setting and the role play of the girl and their chemistry shown between them. It's amazing. So thank you for your comments, and we really need to get closing this. We were hoping to finish this in 30 minutes, but this is now almost 50 minutes, and we are very happy to get into this very very exciting conversation, and it was a lot of value in here. And so let me ask you, Naveed, what's your message to our viewers to close this conversation? We will possibly continue on that, but for this session, we will need to come to a closure. What is your message?
Yeah, before I give you the message, but yeah, I would like to have you as my guest next conversation, next interview, and I would want to actually interview you, because there's so much that you have and so much that you have to tell, because nobody knows how powerful your life had been and how exemplary your life is. And imagine that. The reason it just gives me the goosebumps, just think about it, because this lady, everybody listen to this lady lived in Karachi or lived in Pakistan for a certain time, and she would travel, or she would live like better than any one of us Pakistani. She's such a brave and courageous woman. And just not just that, she's traveled around the world, and she's done so much. She studied medicine, health sciences, and she's studied yoga, and she's so enlightened. And we need to learn so much, and I feel that it's a duty, that my duty actually, to bring those things out from her, and to tell you guys and to tell everybody in the world that what she's capable of, what she's worth. She's a gem of a person, and I'm so glad to be her friend and met her, and she's my teacher, and I really love her. That's that. And
Thank
you
you,
can answer
thank
to
you.
that.
I don't have words to that. Just a feeling of gratitude, because I'm really nothing, and it's not me who is important, but what I got from God and what I can give back to others to make this world a better place. So I'm really nothing. It is a gift for me to give back to the world, and if the more of us get together in this journey, then this world will be a better place a lot sooner.
It is a better place. And I think that would be my message, what you just said. And this is the beauty of me, you, and people like us, that we are nothing, absolutely nothing. And I think whoever and whatever that they feel about me or you, I think it's their beauty, not mine. So this is what it is. So I think this is a great message for everyone. Please start believing in yourself, and believing in the fact that you are nothing, but you are everything at the same time. And then God lies within you, and you are the godliness, beautiful person, everybody. And believe in yourself, trust in yourself, love unconditionally, live wholeheartedly, enjoy your life, and no Prince Charming coming. You are a Prince Charming, you are a Princess Charming. Please believe in that and live that.
Yes, thank you so much. And my closing on that is please take the time. Doesn't matter how old you are, find who you are and why you are here for, and you will find that you are here for nothing else but to love, and to love, accept everything as it is, work with it, and make the best of it, and feel grateful for whatever you have. And time will slow down after that, and even stop, and it will speed up then and bring you so many miracles. So doesn't matter how old you are, time will be on your side to find your calling and bring the value, the gift to the world, to become a better place, just like I did and Navi did. So thank you so much for
Thank you.
watching. Please comment more, like us, love us, share us, comment more. Let's feed the algorithm so it will come to more people, because it is really a true value. You are a gemstone, and we all a mirror to each other after all. So I think that's a great closure to that. So thank you, and everyone, again, and thank you, Naveed. God bless you.
Thank you.
You an amazing journey, very good health, and God speed you on that. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.